So this happened. What was supposed to be just a simple tune-up, which was going to be probably done really quickly, turned into possible brake bleed. Levers are going straight to the handlebar. Still got some breakage, but actually they're slowly coming back as you pump them, so they're not quite touching the handlebar anymore. But if they pump up, you might be okay for the ride, but it's definitely letting you know that there is air in the system. This front brake's actually coming back. It's getting a little, now we got some space here. It's stopping right about there. This is the older style XT, pretty old. We still have a cover cap right here. So 2 screws, take this cover cap off. It's very similar to like on your car. You got a reservoir, you unscrew the cap and then you could pour in from there. Same thing, we're just gonna level this out, make this level with the ground. Take these 2 caps off, take this cap off, there'll be a rubber bladder underneath. Make sure that comes off with it. And then we'll go ahead and refill and go from there. I'm gonna level this off. I'm actually gonna use the parts hole handlebar holder, just in case I bump this. We're gonna have fluid in here. Once I take this off, I bump it. That way it doesn't go flying and shake all the fluid out, but I'm gonna level out this brake lever. I'm gonna tighten this just enough where I could still move this if I need to, real gently. Yeah, right about there, but it'll still hold and stay in place. Then we got 2 Phillips screws right there. If these are dirty with full of dirt, you want to pick these out, crash whatever, these get full of dirt. And they're not very deep, these are very shallow, so it's going to be really hard for your Phillips head to get in there. So just get a pick, clean those out really good, blow it out, get a brush. Because you don't want to strip these and get them stuck in there. So usually once I get in there, and then I think this is a number 2 Phillips, this might be a little bit big. I'm going to drop down to the smaller guy here. And you can get a feel right away whether it's a good fit or not. Now I want to apply good pressure going down, very firmly going down. That's going to give a good bite. This is going to limit the chance of stripping, especially if they're stuck. Push down hard. There we go, break it loose. Same with this one. I'm supporting the bottom as I'm pushing down. Just make sure if this screwdriver is going to slip, you don't stab yourself. So pushing down nice and firmly. Whoa, yeah, this one's in there really tough, so I'm gonna get some more leverage. So put yourself in a good spot. The screw is slightly getting a little stripped. You can tell like the screwdriver slipped once before. This one's really tough. I'm gonna brace the bottom because I'm gonna apply tons of pressure going down. I just need to crack it loose about 1 or 2 millimeters. Once I break that free, I should be home free. Like I said again, if that screwdriver's gonna slip, make sure you don't stab your palm. But I think I'm pretty safe here. So I'm gonna apply tons of pressure going down. And then pushing up as well, and then I'm just going to twist my wrist, but I'm going to try and use my whole body. I'll probably try and move my whole body. That way that lessen the chance of this screwdriver slipping. Oh man. There we go. You hear that little snap and it's loose. So that's pretty crucial. That first millimeter or 2 of breaking it loose, super crucial. If you're just applying light pressure, enough pressure where it's going to slip out, we're going to start stripping your screw, and then you're in a whole nother world of hurt. So some of these screws are attached to the lid, so it might be permanently fastened to it, which is good. Less chance of losing that screw. So I'm just going very gentle. If it wants to stop, great. I'm going to stop. Let's see this one. This one actually came out all the way. Make sure you put your screws somewhere where you're not going to lose them. Put them in one of those magnetic trays if you can, assuming they're magnetic. And then we're going to gently take this lid off. So this one's not stuck, so it's coming off pretty easy. And again, there's going to be a rubber bladder right underneath it, so be very careful. So there's the lid, and then the bladder's still there. And Shimano uses mineral oil, so non-toxic, I'm told. So I'm going to gently take this up. So sometimes these bladders, they could be stuck a little bit. We're just trying to minimize any splash and keep my hand out of the camera. There we go. So that actually sits inside there. So definitely pretty dry. So all this should be full. I know we're at an angle, but it should be a little more fluid up here. You barely see a little bit of fluid there. Almost clear, maybe a little dark in color. The new color, brand new stuff, is going to be this color here. So you can tell there's a little bit of dirt in there. So it looks like there's fluid that's still covering the hole. So that's our hole right there, right there. That's where it's taking in fluid. Fluid's coming in and out. It is bad if this empties out, so then it starts taking in air. So I think maybe we're still in a good spot. Maybe we're just super low on fluid. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up. We're gonna experiment. If you were in a hurry, or maybe you're out on a camping trip or something and you need to do a quick fix out in the field, maybe you don't have your bleeding kit, but you got some fluid, we can go ahead and fill this up as much as we can before it starts to spill over. Maybe we can get some more fluid back in the system so the lever feels a little better. To do this properly, we'd probably be bleeding the whole system, where you would go ahead and open up your caliper and start doing a bleed. This would be a gravity bleed. You'd be draining into a bottle and then just continually filling this up, keeping this full of fluid so we don't draw in any air. We're just drawing in new fluid. But we're gonna get this, see how full we can get it. I know we're at a bad angle, but the main reason we're so low on fluid is that the brake pads are pretty worn. They are probably maybe 10% of brake pads left. Definitely need to replace the brake pads. Once we do that, we're pushing the pistons back in, which will push the fluid back up into the reservoir. But for now, we're doing kind of a quick fix. I think we're just about ready to drip out. Maybe we can move this up just a little bit. That looks better. Definitely level this way, we're flat, but we're also at an angle this way because of the handlebar. But that looks much better. See if we can get a couple more drops in there. When we go to put our bladder and our cover back on, the bladder pushes in, taking up any space, so it's probably gonna drip out, which is a good thing. That's what we want, because as it's dripping out, it's pushing air out of the system, and that ensures that we're not gonna draw any air in the system. He's gonna take up any voids that are in there, so we're probably gonna have some leakage, which is a good thing. Make sure you get your logo correct. I think we're faced this way. This guy drops in, just be very gentle, try not to splash her. And we definitely want some bleed out. I don't see any bleed out on either side. Maybe when we start tightening up our bolts here. If I don't get any bleed out, I'm probably gonna take this off and put some more fluid in there. But once we tighten these caps, let's see what we get. I'm not seeing any bleed out on this side. And I don't see any bleed out on the other side. So nothing on this side and nothing on this side. So I'm gonna add some more fluid, because chances are there's still air in the system. So we're gonna take these off again. So we're gonna top this off. I'm gonna go ahead and gently squeeze this lever. See if we draw in, sucks in any fluid. Feel the lever's definitely firming up. I think it sucked in a little bit of fluid. So I'll do this maybe about 10-15 times. You can hear the brake pads in the rear engaging, in the front. So the lever's definitely much better. This is like how it should be as far as distance, stopping right about there. I'm gonna go ahead and top this off. I want to get some drippage right off the bat. Oh, I think that's good. I want to try and put this on as a unit. Get this guy, the bladder, gasket, whatever you want to call that, orientated. Flip this over. Make sure your derailleur is correct, matching your other side, and then go down. Boom. So I think we got some drippage there, some leakage. That's what we want. Yeah, definitely got some over on this side. Now I am more satisfied. There we go. Got a little bit of drippage right back there.